We have some breaking news right now. The CHP after a Chevy Tahoe.
And that pursuit happening right now, Susie, we're going to toss it to Desmond Shaw to find out exactly where this is happening. Hey, Des.
Hey there, Pat and Susie. So here we go. We are coming into downtown LA. We're on those carpool lanes or kind of the bus lanes that lead over to Union Station here. This came out of the Baldwin Park area. Let's see what the suspect does here as they're kind of trapped behind this person. Station here. This came out of the Baldwin Park area. Let's see what the suspect does here as they're kind of trapped behind this person right here. It is a Chevy Tahoe. So we've got a high-profile vehicle here, a big old SUV, wanted for speed. That's what started all this. Looks like they probably have the pursuit tent in place with all the windows really dark there. He looks like maybe he's kind of flashing people. Okay, so he's actually on to the northbound 101 now at this point. So you can see CHP, they are there. They are right behind him. That's LA County Sheriff's Deputy's helicopter that is overhead. And this suspect is flying through downtown LA. Let's see if there's a little bit of a pinch of traffic, as there usually is, even at this time of night. 101 around the 110. Right through the heart of downtown Los Angeles now. High speeds, big, tall vehicle here, flying down the freeway like a missile here, Pat and Susie.
Yeah, and he's crossing lanes and very, very dangerous at that rate of speed. And, oh, now look at him. Now he's keeping up with these two other vehicles.
It almost looks like they're racing.
It does, doesn't it? Which is unfortunate because that Tahoe is so big. That looks like a much faster car, the blue and white. As you can see, he's taking off now. I sound like I'm doing calling a drag race. Sorry about that.
No, but it's true. It looked just like that. Are they stopping underneath that overpass?
Yeah.
Well, there he goes.
That was kind of weird. It seemed like maybe he knew that person or something. That was a really flashy car. I think that might have been a McLaren, which is a very expensive exotic car if that was the case. And now all of a sudden, speed's picking right back up. So kind of weird little maneuver slowing down. Now back up to 80 miles an hour. So continuing on the northbound 101, there goes that vehicle again. As he goes right by him. So here we go through that. You see how even at this time of night, things kind of slow down here where we make that big shuffle with the 4 level, but that's not deterring the suspect here, zigging and zagging through lanes. Wow, that was really close. He nearly lost control right there. That is exactly what we're worried about with a vehicle that has this kind of profile. When you jerk the wheel like that, you know, you could definitely lose control. You see him also flashing his lights at everyone, almost like telling him to get out of my way. He's kind of muscling his way through traffic here. So, yeah, this is a dangerous one here as we're now headed towards Hollywood, leaving downtown LA, that little slowdown there. Onto the shoulder now at very high speeds to get around this. A lot of desperation from this suspect here, but CHP, they're still not too far behind.
Well, you know what? Baldwin Park, that's Orange County, right?
It's just the last one before San Bernardino. It's Orange County to the south, San Bernardino to the east.
All right, so yeah.
He's close. But you know what's crazy, Pat and Susie, is we were listening to this on the radio, and because of the high speeds, I mean, right now, look, we're at almost 100 and, a little over 100 miles an hour. Orange, the orange frequencies, the radio out there, Baldwin Park, is where we're so used to our motorcycle pursuits.
Yes.
So because we heard this guy going 115 miles an hour coming out of Baldwin Park, we thought it was a motorcycle, not a high-profile Chevy Tahoe like this that obviously is so susceptible to fast speeds, and any kind of movement would really just cause a lot of chaos if he doesn't do it exactly the right way.
And that makes it really difficult for police or for the CHP to catch up to this guy and catch him. I mean, to, stop him in some way, Mike, and with this high center of gravity on this SUV.
Well, and yeah, exactly. I mean, the pit maneuver at the speeds and on the freeway is probably not likely. And as we've talked about before, there's too many cars right now to do a spike strip. So they're kind of in that move. And what's weird is, speed, but obviously you wonder what else is going on throughout all of this. And then not to mention the fact that it doesn't sound like it's stolen. We believe they've run the plate and it has not come back stolen. So what's the guy really running from, or this person is really running from? We don't know. But, we're now back kind of down to freeway speeds, but only because of traffic. And we've seen him try to kind of weave his way in and out of that.
That's very, like we said, what can they do right now, considering you certainly can't do a pit maneuver, can't really throw spike strips. Who's overhead?
That is sheriffs.
So they do have a spotlight on them.
Yeah, that is the sheriff's department. Let me see if there's anything coming out of Fullerton for. Yeah, there's a CHP fixed wing on the way out of Fullerton.
CHP fixed wing.
Look at this guy.
And wow, the way that this person is
90
driving.
90 miles an hour there on the shoulder.
Woo.
Yeah.
I mean, Desmond, they were cutting it really close on that left shoulder there.
Yeah, and the 101, as we know, this is the second oldest freeway in Los Angeles. This guy was going almost twice the speed limit of the 101. You know this, right? It's only 55 on this particular freeway because it's so antiquated. There's not a lot of shoulders to get around on. And look at him just kind of pounding on the gas pedal here to get by any of these vehicles and try to kind of outrun CHP. Not going to be able to outrun that spotlight, just widening out to see how far back the police are. They're kind of, it looks like they've kind of trailed back a little bit at this point, but they've still got the spotlight on him locked on pretty well. But yeah, there's parts of the 101 where there's no shoulder at all. Let's see if he's going to get off of the freeway here. Just another really crazy, desperate maneuver there, up to 105 miles an hour. It's got to be so terrifying for everyone else on the roadway right here. Again, going nearly double the speed limit on the Hollywood freeway there. Again, could have very easily lost control. There's stuff all over the right-hand shoulder, sharp debris that, you know, could flatten his tire or anything. So this suspect is really gambling here as we're headed up towards Hollywood and towards the Cahuenga Pass.
And have we made any assertion? Is there just one person in this car, the driver? Do we know?
We have not heard any info on that. Whoa, really squeezing in between those cars. I mean, you know, when I asked Mike when I heard it when it was at Baldwin Park, I asked him if it was the Baldwin Park Special. That's what we call it because it's always a motorcycle. Frankly, the way this guy is driving this huge SUV like he's driving a motorcycle, the way he's weaving in and out of the lanes like this, absolutely ludicrous driving right now. From the left lane to the right lane to the shoulder to the center divider. Yeah, 100 miles an hour. You kind of start to wonder if CHP is going to keep with this because, again, it was just speed. This is not, this is not an alleged violent felon or anything like that to our knowledge that is being pursued right now. I do still hear them calling out the streets. It may be just the helicopter overhead. The CHP, it's going to be tough for them to catch up because they don't want to have to do the same kind of maneuvers that this suspect is doing, endangering so many people out here.
You know, I made that observation because I was probably hoping there was someone else in the car that maybe would have talked some sense in this person to slow down or let them out, you know, which would have obviously stopped them for a while or halted them in some fashion. But if there's just this guy going against the grain and everything imaginable because you don't really understand why are you running like this.
What is the why?
Yes.
Exactly.
Behind the speed, right?
Exactly. If it's just speed, pull over. Again, speed ticket. And that's what you'll get. But now it's evading, you know, CHP. And here we are, you know, we have no idea what's going on inside this SUV either. Like, you know, as Desmond was talking about, we got the tint on the windows. And so, you know, who knows? Maybe this person is, you know, in a wrong state of mind. Who knows? You know, for whatever reason, this person is running from the CHP. And they were originally wanted for speed, driving erratically now. As you can see, they have been for such a long time on the 101 freeway.
And I just want to point out the distance we've covered already. So we first heard about this pursuit.
We're getting off the freeway here. Well, let's see. Actually, I think this is a collector lane that might go through, or is he's on? No, he's on
Cahuenga.
He's on Cahuenga Boulevard. So he is
at the bridge.
Yeah, right by Universal Studios and Barham Boulevard. So, you know, another area even this late at night that can get congested. This is the first time we've been out on surface streets. He will have the option to get back on the freeway at some point, but let's see what happens here as we come up to our first, you know, red light or first cross traffic.
Yeah, and how about that? They seem to be driving the speed limit now.
Yeah. And slowing down. But that car is up on the curb.
It's
on the
almost
left
like
side.
Susie, like he's doesn't quite know what he wants to do.
And it makes you wonder why.
Probably needs to catch his breath.
Oh, look, CHP missed him. CHP's on the freeway.
Okay.
Yeah, it's curious because that car was up on the curb on the left-hand side.
Oh, you got one back there.
I was going to say, so they're still behind him, right, Mike? I mean,
yeah, you got one that's coming across the bridge right now. The couple units staying on the freeway. One's coming across the bridge. We're back southbound now, again on Cahuenga. This is going to pop us out right by the Hollywood Bowl.
Right.
If he stays here, which he has to now, there's really, unless he goes up into the hills, but there's really not anywhere for him to go. What I was pointing out, though, really quickly, I just want to say it, is the distance we've covered. So we got this, we started hearing this chase just before our 10 o'clock news started, maybe 9:57, 9:58. We were in Baldwin Park. So in 13 minutes, 14 minutes, he has made it from Baldwin Park to the Hollywood Hills.
Wow. Jeez.
Which is an incredible amount of distance to cover in that amount of time. And it just goes to show you how fast he is going. As we come down Cahuenga here, we should be coming up kind of close to the Hollywood Bowl soon. There's some apartments there on the west side of the street, and then we'll be coming up on the Hollywood Bowl. And I don't think it's what is today? Thursday? I don't think there's any events right now at the Bowl.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
Wrong side of the road.
What is he do? Wrong side of the road on Cahuenga
for no reason.
Island right here, and can't get back over. Yeah, no reason to do that other than probably just to kind of intimidate CHP, maybe thinking, you know, that might be enough to get them to shake this loose. But let's see now, kind of behind these trees. Is he going to get out? Frank, well, it's almost looking like maybe he wants to get out and run into that divider. I mean, there is kind of some, surprisingly, I would call wild areas, but definitely, dark, brushy areas all around the Hollywood Bowl for a suspect to get out. But they're continuing now, so right by the Hollywood Bowl, looks like we do not have an event tonight, but going to be, if he continues on this, right through the heart of the tourist district down at Hollywood and Highland if this continues.
Well, he's driving at a speed now. I know they don't like to usually, well, he's back up to 50. I've seen them pit at like 35.
Sure.
Just to, if they were driving that dangerous, if they had an opportunity to stop them. But now, he's still go ahead.
Yeah, unfortunately, the CHP pulled the ground units off.
Okay.
So because we're on surface streets, because we're going at such high speed, and because, I mean, even though this guy is seriously endangering the public, the original want is just speed, right? So they did pull their ground units off. They are allowing the airship to continue to track it. We see the light overhead, but as for a pit maneuver, they've been told to back off now. So we probably won't see that unless LAPD gets involved, or if he gets back on the freeway, CHP may re-engage, but we know how difficult it is to do pit maneuvers on the freeway.
So no pit maneuver, probably not. So spike strips maybe, perhaps if he continues on these surface streets and they see some kind of pattern, the way that this person is driving, maybe. But as Mike was alluding to, just the distance that this person has traveled, you got to wonder how much gas is left inside this car, Pat.
And this huge vehicle, and he picked up speed again, then slowed down. It's almost as if we had, I think Mike alluded to this earlier, that he was trying to find somewhere to maybe bail out because he has slowed down quite a bit, almost like he's sort of navigating if he's going to make a turn or not. This is on Franklin Avenue. That's
narrow.
Yeah, that is narrow. And a lot of houses, if I'm not mistaken.
Apartments, homes along that stretch there.
But you see how slow he's going? Is he not necessarily that he's trying to obey the lights,
Oh, he's on the wrong side of the road again.
Just wow. And into this
In a
parking
lot?
Yeah, in the Yucca corridor here. Look at this, just off-roading, making his way around. This is, I don't believe that, well, he's going to go the wrong way on this if he comes back out. Oh, look, CHP is right there. So they are still very aware of where the suspect is going. As it goes up Wilcox here, this is going to kind of bend around. Okay, this will come back out to Cahuenga, it looks like, but could have gotten themselves stuck there. You saw he was going 60 miles an hour there on Franklin. That's one of the densest areas of Hollywood. All apartment buildings, a lot of people out there walking around at all times of day. Now back onto the freeway. So we're going southbound 101, and you saw LAPD there as well. They're obviously aware of what is going on in their jurisdiction. So, and they still have the spotlight on him. So it seems like, they're still kind of determined to try to get this suspect in some regard. Let's see if CHP engages more aggressively now that we're back on the freeway, headed back towards downtown, southbound 101.
And still driving, going through traffic, cutting through lanes, making other drivers, I'm sure, feeling uncomfortable. For a while there, we saw him flashing his lights as if to say, get out of my way, I'm coming through, which is also unnerving.
Just needling his way through those cars. Earlier, we were looking at speeds upwards of 100-some miles on the freeway, picking up speeds once again, just as I say that, and was really narrowly missing other cars as he was trying to maneuver around them, going on both shoulders, left side and right side, to get around them.
It's just kind of unusual to see a vehicle of that size to be driving that fast. I would be concerned, that's for sure. Just to feel, I mean, the weight of that vehicle is probably
it's like a boat.
shaking.
It's big, right?
And we're just listening to the CHP frequency. The ground units asked if now he's back on the freeway, can we get back in? Sergeant said no. Continue to track from the air only.
Why do you think they said that? Because of the danger?
I think the speed, I mean, look, he's certainly not being any really safer than he was before, but at least, our speeds are slowed down a little bit. So maybe having those units backed off has helped him bring his speeds down a little bit. The sergeant has been clear that they are allowed to trail and be there for the termination. But they don't want them actively pursuing it right now. And that's while we're in central LA's kind of CHP office now. If we go back to, another area, if we go back to East LA, that's going to be a different sergeant who may have a different take and let them get back involved again. So we'll see. But right now we're back southbound on the 101, going back through downtown. We also have, in addition to the sheriff's helicopter that's providing the light, we now have the CHP fixed wing that is overhead as well. That has a really good camera on it to be able to keep eyes on this.
So this is not coming back as a registered car, right? You said, Mike. And so as far as we know, this probably is the person driving the car.
Potentially, yeah. We've not heard anything about it being stolen. The want has continuously just been speed. It was a CHP officer over in the Baldwin Park area that tried to pull the guy over, and he didn't, and that's how the chase got started. So as far as we know, it's not stolen. The registered owner of the vehicle may very well be the one behind the wheel. We won't know. Nobody will know definitively until they get him out. But as far as it being stolen or taken, we've not heard anything to indicate that to us.
So it could be owned, could be a rental car.
Yeah, potentially. They did. Remember that Corvette chase we had? That was that guy's car, and we weren't sure. But so this very well could be this person's car. And what's his reason for running? We have no idea.
Ground units back on.
So that's what it looks like. Yeah.
Oh, they're close.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
They
Desmond.
are, and they're going to have the opportunity to get closer because we're hitting a little bit of that world famous Hollywood freeway traffic. Let's see here as the suspect over the shoulder once again. Even at this late hour, how the 101 is. It's almost like 20 hours out of the day you can count on there being some sort of traffic there headed towards downtown, and that is the case. So this is the closest that we've seen CHP in quite some time. Certainly since we got through the East LA or the downtown area, and the suspect is still kind of continuing to muscle their way around a little bit of a shoulder there, or a center divider, I should say, if he wants to use that to evade this traffic. But yeah, I'm kind of wondering if he had thought that he had kind of pulled a fast one earlier. He was the way he was driving around Hollywood is kind of on and off the gas and then on the brake pedal, maybe at least kind of taking a breather from the insane driving he was doing. But now he's got to know that CHP is right there back behind him, and we'll see how this affects his demeanor and what his plan is going to be as we head back towards downtown. And of course, he'll have several options at the East LA interchange. He'll have the 10, the 101, the 60, or the 5, or downtown LA itself. And if that's the case, then we know it is definitely a good idea for CHP to close ranks if the suspect has any dreams of driving into downtown Los Angeles.
Well, sir, they have a harder time, I would think, of getting that vehicle in a parking lot or parking structure, because of how tall it is. Sometimes it may not be able to clear, and certainly you could find it.
Yeah.
As huge as, as big as it is.
It's an interesting tactic they're going to try, and I don't think this is going to be any giveaway here, but they're trying to get a hold of OnStar to see if they can kill the engine on him. So they've got the plate. They read it back again. I just heard it again. There's no indication that the vehicle is stolen or anything like that, but they've got the plate, so they're going to try to give OnStar a call and see if OnStar can shut it off for them. That would be ideal.
Wouldn't that be something?
What a tool.
Right.
You wouldn't expect that would be in the CHP toolbox, right?
Sure.
But
Yeah.
whatever. That's a safer way too, probably.
For sure, and that's the benefit of dealing with a newer car, right? Some of these newer cars have this type of technology.
Right.
Teslas, all these newer cars that are so well equipped with things like this.
And remotely, right.
Right, and sometimes you can do that. Will OnStar do it? Can they do it fast enough to bring it to an end? All the caveats that come along with that, who knows? We'll see, but at least CHP is going to give it a shot.
Looks like this person is driving a lot slower in this traffic than what we were looking at earlier, I'm sure, because there is more traffic here, Pat, that
Yes.
we're looking at on the 101 freeway. Earlier, they were really getting so close to other cars, using both shoulders to get around other cars. But right now, the CHP now behind this person once again, continuing with their ground pursuit after they had pulled away their ground units for just a minute when this person was driving really erratically.
And can you imagine the drivers, even, we just saw one a moment ago, getting out of the way? I mean, that's not what you expect to do on a Thursday night.
Sure.
Driving home. You have the sirens going, I'm sure, and you've got this vehicle right coming up behind you, and you figure, well, I better get out of the way and move to another lane. And so far, we haven't seen any accidents or incidents where this I call it a truck, but this SUV could even just, rub up against another car, or scrape, I should say. Sideswipe, isn't that what I'm trying to say?
Exactly.
Sideswipe. We haven't seen that, thank goodness, but we've seen it before. Yeah.
You're right. We haven't seen anything like that. I mean, surprising considering the moves that we've seen this person make in this car. Again, if you're just joining us here on CBS LA at 10, this is a CHP pursuit. Breaking news. Of a Chevy Tahoe. We picked this up in the East LA area, and the want is speed. As we've been talking about, this person has been driving erratically, mostly on the 101 freeway, Pat.
And if you can consider this started in the Baldwin Park area, and if I'm not mistaken, Mike, you said that he got down to downtown LA in 14 minutes?
To the Hollywood Hills in 14 minutes.
The Hollywood Hills in 14 minutes.
Yeah.
That's fast.
That's very fast. And that's, I mean, the speeds now, thankfully, are a little bit slower. But when we first got over this and before we got over this, he was up at 115, 120 miles an hour. And I really quickly want to ask Des, does it look like the driver window is open? I only asked that because some officer was able to get a look at the guy. They only described one person as being in the car, an adult man who they believe is in his 30s. And for a second, I thought maybe I saw the window down. Des, what do you see?
Yeah, I do see the window down, as a matter of fact. Still kind of difficult to see inside what exactly that suspect is doing. And, you know, you hope that they're not as distracted as so many of the suspects that we see. A minor correction here, thanks to my incredible car savant friend who just texted me that this, he believes, is a GMC Yukon, which is practically the same thing. As I zoom in, I'm pretty sure I can see the GMC logo right there. They use like the same chassis. I think it might have a better, maybe a more powerful engine, maybe better suspension, maybe beefier tires, but it's still, you know, kind of essentially the same platform. So a GMC Yukon, maybe a little bit more luxurious as well, as we make the turn here. So we're now going eastbound 10, back to kind of where this all began. We first heard about this in Baldwin Park on the westbound 10. Now we're picking up the eastbound 10 from downtown LA. So we've done a big loop around from the San Gabriel Valley up to the heart of Hollywood and back, and now we are cruising back eastbound on the 10. And fortunately still seeing those subdued speeds. You know, maybe the suspect kind of freaked themselves out a little bit with some of those chances that they took, and you saw it was for nothing anyway, because CHP is still right there behind him. So, you know, wondering what the suspect is thinking here, and certainly wondering how much gas is in the tank, and maybe if traffic thins out. There was talk about spike strips earlier. It didn't pan out. I don't think they were able to get anyone in place soon enough, but we'll see if that's in the offing. Maybe as we get away from downtown to where the freeways will be a little bit less congested. We've definitely seen it on the freeway before. Uncommon, but certainly a possibility.
Well, you know, he has been on the freeways for most of what we've seen. He did exit, I think, Cahuenga Boulevard maybe about 10 minutes ago, but just to do maybe a little bit of leisurely driving and turn around and got back and went southbound on the 101 freeway. So CHP has been on this from the very beginning?
Yeah, the entire time they've been chasing it.
Okay.
You know,
Right now he has. Oh, go ahead, Susie.
No, I was just going to say, as we watch this, you know, the CHP units are behind him once again, but he's not driving as fast as he was earlier, Pat. You know, that's probably the reason why earlier that those ground units had to pull off for just a minute, because of the fact that he was driving so fast and erratically around those cars on the freeway, just needling through those cars, barely missing them, as you mentioned, Pat. You know, barely sideswiping them. I mean, really, he got really close to doing so multiple times. And now it looks like he is picking up speed once again, but really with no real, you know, idea of where this, you know, person is going, or no real pattern of, you know, where this person has been driving.
Or what else is going on, if there was something else in terms of, besides just the speeding. You wonder, guys, you talk about this all the time, they did pull off once. Could they possibly just kind of let this go?
You know, I wonder about that. I mean, they haven't done it yet. We're transitioning into different offices now, so we're now going to the East LA office. The central office did ask East LA to get involved and take it. So looks like we're starting to see that transition happening right now. I mean, we're going to go, the way we're going is we're going back the same way we've already been. So we're going to go through these offices that have already chased him once, and we'll now chase him for a second time. So certainly they could, but I don't know. They seem pretty in it now. But who knows? I mean, they may go into a full-blown tracking mode with the helicopter, though they don't do that terribly frequently. But if he gets back off, I assume that they'll do that and track it by the air. And really quick, Des, I just want to let you know we're going to the blue frequency now.
Okay, thank you.
Well, that's the really, I guess, the beauty, if you will, of CHP. I mean, they could change, right?
Sure.
As soon as
All
they get in
across
one
the state,
district,
sure.
absolutely, one office after another, and that certainly keeps them fresh because they can have new eyes on these pursuit chases. We've seen that, so I would say they could certainly outlast the driver in this situation.
Absolutely, assuming this person, you know, doesn't run out of gas first. We've been wondering about that, you know, considering how much ground he's covered tonight. You know, the mileage from Baldwin Park to, you know, where we are now in the San Gabriel Valley once again, and, you know, at some point, this car, I mean, it's not exactly a gas-efficient car, so we all know this. And so it could be, depending on how much gas was in it to start with, but it looks like the CHP units, they are still right behind this person.
And let's face it, guys, I mean, gasoline in California right now is ridiculous. So there's that.
He's going to have to plan his bail and his gas,
Exactly.
his gas bill
Right.
for this. Guys, I want to bring up, and Jackie's putting the number on the screen here, but I want to bring up a question that somebody asked, and Des can help us out with this. Those brakes have got to be red hot by now. I mean, we've seen this guy slamming on the brakes so frequently. It's a heavy car. Des, have you seen that at all?
We haven't, but maybe I kind of wonder if that's why he kind of calmed down a little bit as well, to maybe let the brakes cool down. We have seen that before in other pursuits where people are driving almost like they're on a racetrack, and you can see the red hot light coming from the brake rotors. We haven't seen anything like that yet, but definitely hoping that maybe these high gas prices. I don't know about you, but when gas prices tend to be as high as they are, don't tend to fill up as often. Maybe just get 20 bucks here, 20 bucks there. And a vehicle like this is not cheap to fill up. No. I'm guessing right now it's way over $100 to fill the gas tank of a vehicle like this. And he was definitely guzzling through a few gallons at least, just in the time that it took him to get from Baldwin Park, to downtown and then again to Hollywood and back. So that is definitely could be a viable strategy here for CHP. Although if it was on a full tank, these things can, even with the poor gas mileage, can go, I believe, easily 300 or 400 miles. So now we're getting off the freeway here again. This is at Del Mar. This would be, I think, where buses, this like carpool lane exit, where the bus line would exit here into the El Monte area. So let's see what his plan is here, if he's just going to get right back on the freeway or what. But no, we're off now at Del Mar. So cross traffic once again. CHP closing ranks. Maybe an opportunity for a pit maneuver if the suspect's not paying attention. We'll see what happens in the next few moments.
Well, I just noticed he certainly was on the brakes for a little bit there. Right? Did you notice that?
Yeah, you're right. He was
Several
pressing on the
times he
brakes,
was just, no, I thought it was for traffic up ahead, but it wasn't that. He was just.
Is this back on the
putting his
freeway
brakes
now?
on.
Yeah, this is where a lot of you have kind of these like clover leaves here along this section of the 10. So he just got off and got right back on, which is another odd thing that we see from a lot of suspects that get just maybe taking that opportunity to take a breath and, I don't know, kind of try to refresh themselves or something like that. But, pretty aimless. I mean, look at what a good Samaritan is. He's even using his turn signal here right now. How kind of him. So, yeah, eastbound 10. We'll be up towards the 605 and then using the turn signal all the way back over into the carpool lane. And, carpool lane violation, the least of the suspect's problems right now. But we continue, although we're still seeing some speeds up around 80, 90 miles an hour. Well, even maybe close to 100. There is some talk of a possible spike strip. We will see if something like that happens here as we trudge east back towards the 605.
Yeah, they've got that. They've also got they were talking about some construction coming up on the 10. I don't know if that's how far out that is, but they are talking about some construction on the 10 freeway. And when that happens, they'll back off. They won't chase them through the construction zone usually as we go through here. We're still eastbound, right? Yeah, it looks like we're still eastbound. So we're coming back into the Baldwin Park office of the CHP, the ones that started it all. I think that was the construction vehicle.
That was probably the beginning of the construction.
Yeah, they were out there, I think, getting ready to set up the cone zone right there. So, yeah, maybe CHP might back off here just slightly. It looks like they were just getting ready to set up their work zone probably for the night. And look at that now, as I widen out, you see that they have backed off considerably. I'm not even seeing the spotlight at this moment, but let's see. Did they say anything, Mike, about disengaging in this?
No, the sheriff's helicopter was the one providing the light. They left for fuel. They're on the way to Brackett. And the CHP fixed wing is still overhead. I think they shut it down while they were in the construction zone, or at least, near those construction workers. So we'll see. But the CHP fixed wing still overhead is calling it. And then I think the Baldwin Park officers, if they haven't already switched in, should be coming in to take over. It's deceiving because you lose the light and you think they're not chasing it anymore. But CHP has been relying a lot lately on their fixed wing aircrafts to track these things. And this fixed wing he's up at 6,500 feet right now. So he is high in the sky calling this out. But it gives him a good advantage. They have a really intense camera on that. And this is one of their brand new planes. It's a 2025 Cessna Caravan that is up there at 6,500 feet, calling this out. And I hear that the units are catching up now. They did shut it down during the construction zone. They say they're like 20 seconds out now.
There they are.
There they are.
Well,
Yep, right on cue. Yeah.
we see downtown. You said they were heading back to the it looked like they were going back to the Baldwin Park area, which is where this started.
Yeah, it may be. Yes, yeah, we're eastbound 10 here at Peck Valley. We'll be at the 605 here shortly. I'm just trying to kind of look ahead and see if there's any traffic that could. So, you know, I think I do actually see a big patch of brake lights way up ahead at the base of the Kellogg Hill, where there might be some construction. So we'll see if that plays a factor if the suspect continues that far. And, you know, I just want to give another shout out to the CHP's fixed wing, because we have been seeing them a lot lately. And it's interesting to think of how effective they can still be even when they're that high. They're like more than 3 times high up in the air as we are, and they're in a fixed wing, so they're not nearly as maneuverable, and yet they are still very valuable. You know, being that high up in the air definitely can help them be kind of incognito, as we see. Looks like what could be a fresh pair of eyes. This is probably this might probably going to be an officer from the Baldwin Park division, where you know, kind of deja vu. They're the ones that started this in the first place, and I'm assuming that that's them that is now kind of swooping in. Maybe they're going to take over right now.
We were thinking that they might have backed up those ground units because of the fact that there was a construction area on the freeway for a little stretch of it. And as soon as that area was gone, Pat, it seems like they just re-engaged. Right?
I love how we saw, like, you described it well when he said he just kind of swooped in. This vehicle here, this fleet.
Right?
He did too, because I almost thought he was driving parallel to this guy, you know, and then there he is right behind him. So they are, as we were saying, they can switch out the different branches of the CHP anytime they feel like it. But this is apparently the Baldwin Park, right? CHP
Yeah, this is the Baldwin Park office.
Up.
And they'll probably back out again, because Desmond did see it correctly. There is 10 at Holt. Between the Holt and Bronca, there is construction again. And they've got the 1 and 2 lanes closed. The HOV 1 and 2 lanes on both sides of the 10 closed. So that's gonna kind of, you know, narrow down the freeway on both sides and probably make CHP back out again as they approach that.
I mean, you can imagine, you know, why they would do that. You know, in a construction zone already, you know, they want people to slow down, right? Slow down for the cone zone. But when you have someone, again, who is wanted for speed and has been known to drive erratic throughout this pursuit, you know, they're not going to take any chances giving more pressure to this person from behind and chasing them with ground units when they know that they can have their fixed wing, as we've been talking about, cover that.
They said they've been doing a great job. Do they have the fixed wing and the chopper, or is it just the fixed wing?
Right now, they just have a fixed wing, but CHP in Fullerton does have a helicopter as well as the fixed wing. The fixed wing I've been seeing just used a lot more, though, lately, and I don't know if there's just a better advantage to it. I mean, I will say that in the fixed wing, they're not subject to some of the airspace restrictions.
They can go higher.
They're much higher. So they don't have to deal with the LAX stuff that the helicopters do. They'll just get above that airspace, and then they can stay with it in the LAX Bravo, unlike us and the police helicopters that have to get out of there. So it may just be a safer and more effective way for them to stay with these cars.
And really you can't spot them as well. I mean, if you're driving, I mean, if you're the one that's leading the police on a pursuit, you don't really have, you know, to look up and see a fixed wing aircraft. It could be out of your eyesight or even hear it, so.
Yeah, especially if it's that high. I mean, this one's at like 6,500 feet. I mean, they're really high up there.
Yeah.
Now we got somebody's spotlight back. Whose is that? Let me look. Sheriff.
Hey, you know what, guys? I don't know if you just heard that, Mike. I may have just heard them say good spike. It happened so quickly there. He went by. There was an officer on the shoulder or in the center divider there. I saw them. I don't know if you're able to go back and hear that audio. I think I heard them say good spike. I'm
just
not
heard it.
Totally positive on that, but okay, yeah. So
and
there you go. You know,
over.
even here, and it was a great idea as well. To do it here before we got to that construction zone that Mike mentioned. And let's see here. Check this out. Now the suspect is getting over to the right. Let's see if that was enough to kind of make them realize that, you know, the jig is up on this one and that it's time to stop absconding from law enforcement. So let's see here. Eastbound on the 10, and we are going to hit that backup fairly soon as well. Just a couple more exits to go, but almost kind of feigning like they're going to wave the white flag here. Yeah. And even before the tire completely deflates.
Sure.
And here we go. We're at a stop now, eastbound 10 to Azusa. Let's see if after all this, if this is going to be it. And yep,
there we
they're coming
go.
right out.
Look at
Papers and a
that.
phone in his hand.
Out of the and a paper
That is not what they
in
want.
his hand.
No, coming right out of
Well,
the car like that.
that's
What is he writing a
very
note?
Odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, I don't. Very, very bizarre. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. But boy, after all of that, just the ludicrous driving, all the chances taken, nearly losing control several times, and then look, it just ends anyway. And CHP with their boundless resources and their spike strips and all these units and their helicopters, looks like they are going to win this round. And frankly, the suspect is lucky not to be seriously injured or have injured anyone else the way that they were driving during some of the moments of this pursuit.
You know, what's interesting, as we were talking, you rarely see a spike strip on the freeway, but we have seen them before, and they used it this time.
I mean, incredible the precision, because if you can imagine, this CHP officer has to get in front of this chase, first of all, far enough away from the chase, anticipating that, getting out there, throwing those spikes out, then hiding so that this person doesn't see them. And they did it.
Yeah, there was a good spot. I played back where it happened. There was a good spot on the freeway where the center divider breaks. So the officer was able to stand behind the center divider, but still had an opening to toss the spikes. So he did really well, and it was, hidden, and it gave him a good opportunity to hide. It was in the carpool lane of all places, which is crazy, as this guy's finally in custody.
All right, well, this has ended with really, no major circumstances, thank goodness. We didn't see anybody get hurt. So he didn't crash into anyone.
You can see their gun's still trained on the car, though. They still have to make sure there's no one else in that car,
And that's
right?
what
Just
they're
to
doing.
be
They're
sure.
approaching it right now. Probably pop that trunk. And maybe, hopefully, we'll see if anything else is in that vehicle, because you do wonder why this person would not stop,
Exactly.
right? If it was just speeding.
If it was just speed, why didn't they just stop in the first place? And so they're going to clear the vehicle right now, make sure no one else is in there, maybe check for other things, and give the all clear. But boy, this person, as far as they got, and as much as they tried to evade the CHP, the way it ended, very surprising to us. You wonder, Pat, how much did that spike actually affect the car before he pulled over?
That's true. And maybe, that's a nice vehicle. It's not necessarily a luxury vehicle, but it's still a nice vehicle. Maybe they thought about that. So we're going to call this for the code 4 on this pursuit tonight. And thanks for watching. CB